Did not give you permission to. Did I give you permission to record me?
No, we
no, you did not.
Have an expectation
no,
of
you
privacy
did not.
in a place of public accommodation.
I did not give you, but you can put this on YouTube, and I don't want you to do that. I don't want to be out there. I have not given you permission to use my image.
Okay, I will not use your image.
All right. And Republican Tracker, if I see it there, I'm going to be suing you.
Understandable.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you're here to track me, and they're all talking. So I would suggest that you only film me.
Yes,
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Gretchen, for allowing me and everyone
My
for allowing me to
apologies.
speak. And that's how you stand up to people when they are invading your privacy. Okay? Thank you.
So, thank you. Have a safe trip. Okay. So, what else?
So, who's paying you to do this? Hey, who's paying you to do this?
Hang on just a second.
A smile.
Can we, you know, you said you were on the transportation thing and stuff like that, and you like Prop 1 was a big issue,
Right.
and you guys.
You're welcome to pull the chair if you like.
That's okay. I can't stay real long.
You're trying to come up with some way of raising money for the roads because the last one failed, and I keep before Prop 1 I called your office and I said, you know, a couple of the things that I liked that were to increase some revenue were like adding increases to the gas tax, or not the gas tax, but the big trucks, and also I have a hybrid, and I didn't think it was fair that I'm not helping contribute to the roads. Because if you have higher gas taxes, I don't pay much. So I didn't think it was fair.
Right.
And so we're trying to figure out different ways to collect revenue from people and stuff. And part of that was in there, and in the tax it was very convoluted, like you said. But my concern isn't, and there are other ways of generating income. But when I had a business in Washtenaw County for 30 years, sold it 15 years ago and retired when I was 50, and now I've done a lot of community work. I was on the Safe House. I was, in fact, first male president of Safe House.
Great, thank you for
and
your
I
service.
and I was in there 10 years doing volunteer work,
Extra chairs.
and I had thousands of hours, literally thousands of hours there, because I was doing stuff for a long time. But one of the things I noticed when I was on the board, and I did, in fact, Bob Gunzel and I got to know each other pretty well and stuff. And one of the things I did was a 7-year forward plan of what the finances would look like at Safe House. And the one thing that really stood out, was quite obvious, of what was hurting and going to hurt the organization in the future was not the revenue, but the benefits cost, and in this case it was only healthcare, because the growth was 3% and the benefits cost was going to increase 12%. So that's what was going to really hurt things. So we started addressing that. And businesses, I own a business too, 30 years ago we started getting rid of pensions and going to 401ks.
Right.
So, and I've seen many businesses over the last 30 years start having the employees start paying a portion of the health care and then go into a 401k. I guess my question is when I ran a business, I didn't just look at bringing in revenue, I looked at reducing costs. So my suggestion was I don't know, I'm coming to ask you how the state is handling with their employees benefits and pensions. And my suggestion would be to start looking at reducing costs and increasing revenue rather than just the one way. I know it's difficult, but that's what businesses have had to do to survive, to reduce those costs. do they still have pensions, full pensions, and are they paying 100%?
I don't know in particular what the Department of Transportation employees.
But I'm talking about the whole state.
Yeah, they've done a lot of that work. That happened a long time ago. So what? I think all governments are doing that. That's part of a program, the local government program. I mean, I did that when I was mayor before there was even a program at the state level to incent that.
You mean at the local level?
Yeah, but also at the state level, they've been doing that too. So I think that is always something. There's always opportunities for improving efficiencies and finding cost-saving mechanisms, and I think that's always part of the conversation.
What portion are the employees paying of their health care at this point? That's not. I know.
I don't have that because I'm not.
Because that's kind of important. I mean, I understand you guys look at it, but that doesn't mean you do anything about it.
You know if it's the same program for the department? I don't know if it's the same.
No, I mean for the whole state. I mean everything. You know, all the employees of the whole state. I'm talking about the whole state, everything, all state.
I think
workers.
there's different programs. Like for me, because I'm a state employee, I have a HSA that I pay into. It's like a health savings account. So there's a couple of different. But I think it's like your business. When you have your business, there's different options. But certainly, it's not 100% funded by the state, and nor is I personally don't get a pension. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't think that you do. I don't know what the Department of Transportation.
Well, all I'm saying is that's what you need to look at and keep.
Yeah.
I know you can't. It's kind of like eating an elephant. You can't
Well,
do it all at once.
Yeah.
You got to do one bite at a time, and you just got to keep working at it. You can't do that to employees. Just say that's done. But I mean, you've got to phase it in.
I will say this, that I know in the previous administration, and this governor also, he's an accountant. I'm a former CPA, right? So, I mean, having an accounting background, you really look at the numbers first, and I can guarantee you that the governor spent a lot of time trying to identify cost savings as part of the whole program.
I know, but we don't know what you have accomplished.
So we can let you know if what specifically what the program is for any kind of retirement. But I would imagine that there's a defined contribution that would be as part of the program, because I think that's the way most public sector organizations are going.
Do you also pay part of your health benefits, or are they all paid? And after you retire from your position, for how much of this carries on, and how many years do you have to
For me personally, I do not get any benefits after my term's up, and it's a 3-term, 6-year limit. So I do not get any pension. I do not get any carry forward health care. And I'm currently paying to my health care.
If you run a private business like the government, county, state, city, federal, you would be broke before you got started because you got too many people doing nothing, getting paid big money. I mean, we got a good example right here in Northfield Township. We had a supervisor that was getting, I think, like $40,000 a year. So they cut her pay, went out and hired an administrator for $100,000, then an assistant administrator, then we hired a police chief, fire chief, which we only need for part-time. It's cost us over $250,000 a year. That's not, you get rid of save $30, $3,000, $4,000 here, and spend $300,000 over here. I mean, this is the way the government operates.
People elected them, though.
Well,
Come on.
Huh?
People put them in office. That's not political.
But the problem with people putting them in office, years ago, you had to be a property owner to vote on millages and stuff. And today, you can rent a trailer and rent an apartment and vote yes on millages. When the millages all go up, you'll take a hike because your rent went up, so you take a hike.
Well, so we're talking about transportation. Yeah.
Well, not just, I'm talking about that
Cost.
one bill. I mean, costs of the total government. I mean, that's all. I was just, that's one thing to look at is the reduction in expenses, not just, because everything you hear on the radio and stuff is how are they going to raise revenue, and everything, you know, as an individual, I do the same thing. Is my costs go up here, I've got to reduce some costs and then try and generate more revenue. It's not just one thing, and that's what I guess I'm frustrated about, is hearing that.
So you don't hear about the other side.
Yeah, right. Because you said
and put it out in our newsletter. What? Because I know I wasn't there when the previous governor and this current governor started, but I know there was a lot of addressing the benefits of the benefit cost on employee benefits. So
But it's something you got to keep doing. It's
Right.
kind of, you can't just say, oh
As
well,
we're
we did it.
consolidating departments, that's
Right.
one cost saving.
Yeah.
By the way, you pay more because your hybrid car costs, your vehicle costs more.
money.
They've raised